Hey, Laughter Tribe, how are you guys doing today? Today, I want to talk about something very important, and it's about raising confident girls who have absent fathers. So I know you probably think, if my daughter's dad is not in her life, how am I going to raise her to be a confident girl? How am I going to make sure she's secure so she's not, just out here confused about the world, confused about men, and just getting into bad spaces because she doesn't have a father in her life. And I had a question from someone in the Laughter Tribe, and she said, how do I raise confident girls who have absent fathers to not have daddy issues and to be chasing after men? So today we're going to talk about it, and that's so important, because I didn't have a dad in my life. My oldest daughter, she doesn't have a dad in her life, because she's from previous marriage, my first marriage. But my other three girls, they do have their dad in their life somewhat. He sees them once a week for a couple hours, so he's technically in their life, and they can talk to him whenever they want to. So let's go ahead and talk about this. I have experience from both sides. So let's get into this video, okay? And I got my little notes here, just to help you get a different perspective. And my kids sound like they're getting up, so if you hear them, here they go. So let's start the video, but let's do this anyway. And I'm going to name this Confident Girls with Absent Fathers. And the first thing I want you to think about to change your perspective is a dad doesn't fix everything. It's wonderful and amazing to have a dad in a child's life, and they should be in their child's life, but a dad is not going to fix everything. There's people who have dads who still have daddy issues because of their dads who are in their life, who still chasing after men, and still insecure even though they had dads in their life. So a dad is not technically the answer and all be all for solving all these issues. Hold on a second. Wait, you just woke up? You got that in your eye? Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe right here. Michael, he's 4 years old. So a dad doesn't fix everything. Oh, you stink. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm gonna have to do this video over, huh? The smell just horrible. You gotta come right here and fuck up my airspace. Just hold on. You gotta turn the TV on real quick. Turn the TV on. This smell. Boy, you better get your 4-year-old self on that toilet. Okay, let me try to get through this real quick, because I don't know if I'm gonna do it later. It's Saturday and all this, so recovering from the funk, y'all. Recovering. A dad doesn't fix everything. And once you realize where dad does supply, which I'm going to talk about in the video, so stay tuned to the end. Yeah, I'm on the video, so just be quiet, okay? Turn it on quietly. And then you can figure out how to supplement that and add that to your daughter's life so she will have that. But stay tuned to this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to this video, okay? To this video, to this channel. Anyway, so dad doesn't fix everything. And what you may not realize is that if her dad is not healthy, if he's not good at space, if he's abusive, if he's neglectful, if he's emotionally unavailable, then it might be better for him not to be in her life. At the moment, as hard as that may be for her and feel for you because you have to do extra work, it is probably better that he's not in her life right now, because he would be causing some more issues with you, between you guys, because maybe you don't get along, between her because he might be unavailable and inconsistent, or just not the man that even he knows he's supposed to be. So what you have to realize is that, that he might be doing you a favor. If he's not able and capable of being the father that she needs, it's best for him not to be in her life. It's best. And I know some dads will probably get upset, but whatever. If you trifling, if you ain't a good dad, if you ain't a good example, then don't be upset when, you get into your life. But if you're a good dad and you trying, that's another whole story. But stop boo-boo. So if he's not a healthy example, if he's not available, if he's not consistent, if he's not going to be respectful to you, how is that good for her? You know what I mean? That's not good for her. So understand that a dad doesn't fix everything. And if he's not healthy, even more so, he's not going to be a good example. And he's really going to cause more damage than good. at this moment in time. And in the future, hopefully that will be different. But right now, if it's not different, then it's not different. And that hasn't got nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. And it's not your daughter's fault. So let your daughter know that. Because I think a lot of times children, just being the children that they are, would blame themselves. Like, did I do something wrong? What's wrong with me? How come daddy's not here for me? Even though you don't like mom, why don't he love me? You affirm that child. You are loved. You are wanted. There's nothing wrong with you. And everything's okay. Number two, realize you have a greater influence than you realize. Especially, you know, you're a woman. Your daughter's going to be a woman one day. Your example is going to be paramount right now. Your example is extremely important. How are you living your life? Are you confident? Are you chasing after men? Do you have daddy issues? And if you do, then you know what you need. Then give that to your daughter. What is it going to take for her to be confident? You be confident. You love yourself. You show her what it looks like to love herself, so that she's not seeking validation from a man or thinking that a relationship or being married is like the end all be all. That's not it, girl. Please. There's so much more to life. Go try. That's why I tell my daughter, you know, I teach her, like, I'm like, okay, what did I lack? What did I need someone to tell me? What did I need to see from my mom that I didn't see? And I try to be that example to my daughter. So stop underestimating your influence in your daughter's life. Thinking, oh man, if she don't have a dad in her life, then she just ruined. She's just ruined, and she just ain't gonna be, you know, okay because she don't have a dad. Stop giving that man that much power. Okay? There's been a lot of people who didn't have dads in their life, whether their dad passed away, you know, lots of stuff happens, you know, or they just chose not to be there. Or maybe they're in jail. I don't know. Whatever your situation is, you can still raise confident daughters, even confident sons, even though their father's not in their life. And I think, you know, we underestimate the fact that, you know, we have impact in our children's lives. Your daily impact, the way you view yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the way that you talk to them. Do you build her up, encourage her, speak to her strengths, and encourage her, let her know who she is. And I already said this in the second one, but the third, your example is what she'll follow. She's gonna follow your example. Me, unknowingly, I follow my mom's example. Not exactly, because I knew some stuff that's like, I'm not doing that. That's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at me and look at my mom, you would see similarities. Like, my mom had 6 kids. I have 7. I kind of outdid her on that. You know, we're similar in a lot of ways to a lot of things that we like. Some of the things were repeated, like bad relationships. I'm breaking that cycle because I'm learning about it. You know what I mean? So as you look at yourself, what kind of things do you want your daughters to replicate from you? And if you don't see nothing, you're like, oh, nothing ain't good over here, then fix that, change that. And tell her, I made mistakes in the past, I did this wrong, this is what I did, learn from me, and this is what I want you to do differently. And this is how I'm doing it differently from now forward, so that you can follow this example, not the bad example I set in the beginning. Because I'm a parent, but I make mistakes, I'm not perfect. Stop, boo-boo. And I want you to learn from that example, from learning from my mistakes. And that's what I teach my children a lot, from whoever is in our life. I use an example. You see that person over there, your dad, me, grandma, everybody. Any mistakes I see, learn from those. And if the good stuff, learn from that too. Hold on, boo-boo. And the fourth one, what does a father provide? Once you identify, you know, Lord, excuse me. You want to go back on and watch TV while I finish this real quick? Then you gotta be still, boopy. Boop-a-da-boop. You gotta be still, my love. You can't just be touching. Let me just grab you, give you something to touch. You wanna hold my brush? Hold that. You can wave that. I'm recording, not right now. Okay, so I identified 4 things that dad provides, that fathers provide for their children. And if you can make sure your children have these, then you'll be just fine. Identity is number 1. They get a portion of their identity from their dad, of course from you, but identity from their fathers. Who am I? Where did I come from? Protection, provision, and security. So let's go over identity. Who they are, just who they are, who they are, what's their nationality, you know, what is their part of their, you know, your culture, their traditions, habits. What did I inherit from my dad? So if you could start with that, do they have a picture of their dad? Even if you don't like him, you had a bad experience, let them have a picture of their dad so they can know who he is and what he looks like. That's one part of identity. Maybe things about him that, you know, habits, hobbies, favorite color, if you know his birthday, identity. This is giving you a piece of identity. And to know that there was something good that you liked about their dad. There was something there. So tell them that. You don't have to tell them all the negative stuff. So they can feel a sense of pride, because that's half of who they are. So they see you, they know about you, but do they know about him? So let them be able to experience that, because they deserve that. That's their right as children. So protection, this physically, mentally, emotionally. You know, of course, the first physical, do they have a safe home? Do they have their physical needs met? Baby's still playing with stuff. Stop it. And just make sure those needs are met, that they feel safe, that you're not in no relationships, no men who are dangerous or that they feel unsafe with. Put your children first. Stop listening to all these people, well, a man comfort. No, he don't. A man is a grown man, willing and able to take care of, well, maybe not willing, but fully capable of taking care of himself. Fully capable. Whether you choose to or not, you are not his mama. Your children come first. Take care of them babies first. Feed them babies first. And if a real man will understand this, and it's common sense. It's only a grown boy and a child in a man's body who wants you to put him above your children. That's kind of trifling. Not to be rude, if y'all did it because you didn't know in ignorance, it's trifling on his part to make you feel like that's acceptable. And I think a lot of times women do that because we're shamed into it. Now, if he's, children come first, whether he's your husband, their biological father. Children can't feed themselves. They can't change themselves when they're little. They can't do certain stuff for themselves. And that's why they're children, and they need a mother and parents to take care of them. So I'm not saying, of course, there's limits and there's balance to everything. But children generally, in the general sense, come first because they cannot take care of themselves literally. And that's why they're children, they need parents. So provision, making sure that they have what they need. Making sure their hair done. If you don't have time, try to get that bag so you can get somebody to do their hair, or just show them. With my daughter, oh my goodness, she do not like to do her hair. I'm like, child, you were in high school. And like, I don't be having the time a lot of times. And sometimes I can pay for it, sometimes I can't. I'm just like, girl, pray for me, because you looking crazy. I'm like, girl, I'll be like trying to give her every consequence not to go outside looking crazy, but she'd just be like, I'm gonna go outside looking crazy. My mom ain't looking. I'm like, okay, child. But try your best, because we all know the children do what they want to do. But try your best just to, make sure they have the nice clothes. Of course, they may not always have the name brands and stuff like that, but just make sure they look straight still. They don't look like they look like they loved. And when they go on the street, they're like, oh, I can tell you ain't got no parents to love you. And sometimes kids will go out and look like that anyway. But, for the most part, if you know that you did what you're supposed to do and they just went out there looking like that anyway, hey, it is what it is at that moment. So provision, providing for them. And one thing I'm doing with my children now is I'm teaching about finances, investing, saving. And I invested money for them in an investment account, all of them. And that's one way I'm showing that I'm providing for them. I'm looking out for the future. I'm not just thinking about now. And I'm teaching them to look out for the future as well. If you want me to do a video on that, go ahead and put it in there. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to this video, y'all. I'm trying. You see? Hold on, boo, you can't nurse right now. In security. So the feeling of safety. So not just being safe, but feeling safety. Yeah, boo. In a second, feeling secure, feeling like I'm safe. If I need anything, my mom got me, that I can have someone to talk to. My mom is a safe place to talk to. So just having a good relationship, being available. Sometimes with all the kids and me, it's very hard for me to, when my kids come to me, I'm just like, oh, what else do you want? I'm tired, just give me a second, just a second. And it seems like when one is done and the other one is just like, I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes I just, you know what? Just leave me alone for a second. It'd be like that sometimes, but when you can, just let your children know that even though mommy is busy, and you probably don't have as much kids as I do, you don't have 7, but sometimes mommy's tired, sometimes mommy needs a break, and it's not you, it's me. I just need a break because it's a lot sometimes, but I'm here for you. I love you. I want to hear you, and even if in the moment I can't hear you, then come back at another time, or I will try to come back so that I can hear you, so you will know that you are loved, you are saved. But I hope that helped you, how to raise confident girls with absent fathers. Realize that a dad doesn't fix everything. You have a greater influence than you realize. Your example is what your daughter will follow. And that realizing what fathers do provide: identity, number 1, protection, 2, 3, provision, and 4, security. Write those down and then figure out how you can meet those in your own child's life, based on your circumstance. And you're gonna be just fine. Have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in your God-given ability to raise your child. Okay? Stop looking at a man and thinking that, oh, because when you do that, then you're giving opportunity for that man, especially if he's toxic, to keep coming back. Oh, let me let you come back, not because I want you, not because you want me and you treat me right, but just because I think my kids are going to be messed up if you ain't here. And I can't tell you how I stayed way longer than I should, excuse me, in my marriages, because I didn't want my children to grow up fatherless, because I didn't have a dad. And you know what? Men know this. Toxic men know this. So if they know that you didn't have a father, they will weaponize that against you. Oh, you didn't have a, oh, you ain't gonna let me, you let me be there for my kid. You gonna let me be my kid. No, Negro, I'm sorry if I offend you if I say that, but it's for you, understand, you understand. It's not you, it's them. They didn't act right. They didn't do what they're supposed to. And that's why you're not here with your kid. And if you want to be in your kid's life, then we can easily get on a parenting plan, and we can create a consistent plan so that your daughter can know that you love her and that you want to be in her life. It's got nothing to do with us, right? So don't let a man weaponize that against you. And don't weaponize it against yourself. And like, okay, I have to put up with this. I got to figure out how to make this work because my daughter ain't going to have a dad, or my son ain't going to have a dad. Oh, Lord, dude, that's nasty. Oh, teeth. No, you'll be okay. Okay, they gonna be okay. Is it the best ideal situation? Of course not. We know that, but what we not gonna do is beat ourselves up because someone acted like a fool, or because someone did wrong, or even if it was just mutual. What we not gonna do is have a pity party and beat ourselves up because it didn't work out. What we not gonna do is act like the whole world is over because your child doesn't have a father in their life. That's not it. And you don't want them to feel like that, because they will feel that. And then you guys will start acting like that. No. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your daughter. Encourage her. Encourage yourself. Love yourself. If you could just love yourself, teach your daughter to love herself, you're going to be just fine. Where does confidence come from? Confidence comes in our own abilities and our own value that we can see. But when you don't see your value, when you don't think you're worth nothing, if you teach that child that she's worth something, she's talented, she's beautiful, she got a whole life ahead of her, she can do anything, be anything, and then you show her how to, do some of the things that she want to do, she's going to be fine. She's going to be just fine. So you be confident in yourself, mama. You have confidence in your ability to raise that child. And you guys are going to be just fine. So that was the video. Thank you. If you got to this video, thank you. I appreciate you. If you watched the end of the video, if you haven't got the Love Yourself series, go ahead and get it. It's really going to help you. And your teenage daughter can read that. It's, maybe the stories, it depends on, it's not really graphic, but just tells about my story about domestic violence in both of those books. Love Yourself First and then Love Yourself Again. But you can read that, learn about loving yourself, value yourself. Take the parts out that you think are applicable, Lord help me today. I just woke up, y'all. And share them with her. Share them with your sons as you see fit. You know what you're doing, and that's what we have to learn how to trust ourselves. Mama, you carried that whole child. You gave birth to this whole baby. You've been raising her, taking care of her, doing your thing, not giving up, not quitting. Girl, you got this. You give yourself more credit. I want you to just give yourself a pat on the back right now. A pat. Round of applause. Say, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Say that. I'm doing good. That affirmation jar is going to affirm you. I need to create a book for moms. I need to have a book for single moms. Or just moms, period. And I was actually funny because I was actually thinking about it the other day. But I'm gonna get off his phone because he's doing the most. Noah, you don't know. Okay, I gotta get off the phone, take care of the babies. I love y'all. Love yourself again. I'm not gonna sing because I gotta go take care of the babies. I love y'all. See you later. Bye.